Are you a gram pinching roadie? Or are you a bike packer leaving on an epic trip with your homies? I got something nice to show you today. Grab some coffee, sit down, let's talk about it. Roll the intro. Hello everyone, how are you? This is yours truly, Diabetic Cycling, coming at you once again. This episode is brought to you by none other than your engagement. So hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and the bell notification so that I can come see you more often and so that you don't miss any of these episodes that are brewing here at the DC studio. However, a longtime channel supporter, Psych Plus, sent me a product to share with you, my audience, which is why you're seeing me today. My goal here, regardless of how a product is being presented to you, is to be unbiased and transparent as possible. Despite the fact that I'm showing you a product that was sent to me, I was not paid to make this video. They simply asked if I was interested in testing out the product and maybe possibly if I like it that I share with you. Rest assured, I don't put anything on this channel that I wouldn't recommend to my own friends and my own homies, and I consider you my friends, so you can be sure that anything that I'm showing you is something that I would actually recommend as well, or if it's so horrendous that I would also share with you if so. Every week, maybe I'm getting hit up several times by various different companies that will send me invites. Hey, if we were to send you XYZ, would you be able to create a video content for YouTube? And majority of the time, I actually decline those offers because they don't quite line up either with my channel or I just don't like the product. You could kind of see that the product is not going to be that great, and I don't want to trot out something like that on my channel and pollute the integrity of this channel. So mini electronic pumps have been very popular. Even some of the big names lately, I've seen them trot these out. Like Silka has their own pump now. I think Topic also had a electronic mini pump that they announced. Longtime channel viewers would remember I actually had an episode a while back, which I will link right here, where I showcased their new AS2 line of products. And as an example, I brought you these. So, you know, Psych Plus, as much as I love you guys, at the same time, I do need to make fun of the fact that you guys name your products like Apple does, which is just hilarious. So this is the Pro Max, AS2 Pro Max. This is not why you're watching this video. This is just for reference. This is their big mother. This is their biggest pump. Now, normally I don't carry this one around. It's only with me if I'm on an epic, like week-long bike packing trip, and I would carry this because it gives me several inflations going from flat to proper PSI. So it's got the most number of inflations within it, largest battery and everything. So, however, it's a little bit too big and unwieldy for me to have on me every day, day to day. So that's where I've been carrying around this AS2 Ultra. Now, if you look side by side against Pro Max, I mean, you can see the size difference immediately, which is pretty evident, right? So, whether it's a weekday training ride, whether it's a Saturday epic ride that's spicy with my homies, this AS2 Ultra has been in my jersey pocket or in my saddlebag all this time. However, about 2 weeks ago, they reached out to me and said, hey, DC, we managed to make the AS2 Ultra smaller and lighter. Are you interested in taking a look? I'm like, bro, send it over right now. So I received it and it's in my hands. I mean, so that's the previous gen AS2 Ultra. This is now the new generation AS2 Ultra. You look at that size difference right there, already tells you it's narrower, it's shorter, and it's a hell lot lighter. How light is it? So the new gen is without the silicone condom that's on there. It weighs in at 87 grams. To give you some context, you know the old black butyl inner tube that you carry in your saddlebag? That thing is over 140 grams. And this right here is only 87 grams. Are you mad? That is just effing crazy. Now, yes, I do carry TPU tubes in my saddlebag, not the old butyl tube. So it is lighter than the even the TPU tube that I carry around is lighter than the old butyl. However, this thing right here is, I mean, the old days when I was carrying the previous gen, I cannot tell you how many times this thing saved me out on the road. Even some of my friends who happen to have flats, and then either we would have exhausted the CO2 cartridges and what have you, and I would have to bust out the AS2 Ultra to save the day. Been great. So let me just give you again some comparison. That's the Pro Max. That's the previous gen Ultra, and this is the new Ultra. I mean, look at that. 87 grams, you guys. It's almost half the weight of a freaking old butyl tube. Of course, when it got smaller, what I'm wondering is, did the battery get smaller? Is the motor smaller? What made it to be as light and as small? Now, previous gen, if you again watch the video, I did a test where I was testing how many times can I inflate a flat tire from dead flat to proper PSI. And I actually forget the number. I think it was either 4 times or 4.5 times, if I remember correctly. So my question now is the new gen, how many inflations will this give me? So now let's test. All right, so here we are back again, and obviously the real world situations will be slightly different. Here in the studio, for the sake of testing, I'm going inflate, deflate, inflate, deflate, inflate, deflate, just after one another. But in real life, you wouldn't have a flat in matter of a matter of seconds, so you won't see the overheating problem. But obviously, because it's metal on metal, the valve becomes very hot, which is why I had to use my towel to touch the metal bit to let the air out. And also after about 2 times of consecutive use, the pump also gets a little warm to touch with the bare hand. So I was using the towel. But again, in real life, you wouldn't have another flat after dealing with the flat just in a matter of seconds. So that shouldn't be a problem. Now, that said, the question that I had earlier, how many times can I get it? You saw the little post-it note on the bottom. So after 3 full inflation, going from 0 to 70 PSI. Now, normally I pump my tires, depending on hookless rim or hooked rim, I'm going from anywhere from 60 to 70. So I just use the 70 as my, if I'm on a gravel, I'm only using 35 to 40 PSI. But for road tires, I'm normally inflating to 60 to 70. So I use the 70 as my number, which you can set on your pump as a maximum, pump it up to this PSI. You can set that on the pump. So after I went 3 full inflations, and on number 4, I was at 30. It went up to 30, then it errored out. I believe error E10 is actually not because it runs out of battery, but E10, I bet you, is because the pump is overheating. So in a normal situation, under normal load, you probably can get it to do at least 4 full inflations going from 0 to 70. Depending on what your maximum PSI you're pumping to, your mileage obviously will vary. I mean, I don't know about you, having something the size of a Zippo lighter so light just with me on a ride, that's a peace of mind, man. And especially, I really like this, their pump because the nozzle doesn't stick out. I won't mention any names, but there are other company products where the nozzle sticks out, thus the form factor is a little funky. And this thing is just clean design. I love this. Check out the link in the description down below to get one for yourself, and you can tell them DC sent you by using the discount code DC, which will get you 5% off. And when you do buy with a link that I'm providing, I do make a few pennies, just as a disclaimer and transparency. Again, rest assured, I wouldn't recommend you to buy something that I wouldn't buy myself. So you can buy with confidence. And that's it for me today. Thank you for watching. I've been Diabetic Cycling. You've been awesome. Until next time, keep the rubber side down. Be safe out on the road. Most of all, be good humans. I'm out.